4th of August 2025. I'm Dr. Vicki Haspels. I'm the Tarot Coach, and I'm going to be giving you the guidance from my deck, the Mythic Tarot, and messages from Spirit, of course. I'm not going to do it outside because, as you can hear, it's a bit windy. So stay tuned for the weekly forecast. Okay, so we're back in the van, no wind and no flies. So let's look at the weekly forecast. So the first card we're going to do is the influence card. What is influencing us this week? And look at this, Nine of Swords. So the influence card, Nine of Swords, is all about self-sabotage. It's all about the stories that we tell ourselves when something doesn't feel quite okay. So it's quite an unsettled feeling because we can't see ahead. A little bit of anxiety that comes in with it. So be mindful that we are not allowing our fears to run away with us. The only way to do that is to, when something feels uncomfortable, go into the body, go within, take a breath, go into your heart and ask yourself, is this real for me right now? And do it as many times as you need to, because if it is real for you, a solution is there, a way forward or a comfort. And if it's not real for you, you'll continue to feel unsettled. The heart knows the way. So the conscious self. Here we have 3 of Pentacles, which is a win. We will feel like winners this week in everything that we touch. So if something doesn't feel like a win, then that is not the path this week. We're only dealing with things that give us a boost and help us understand that we're on the right path. Only work with the things that are working for you this week. And that way you can minimize this. And also too, when we're having a win, this card here, this anxiety, this vulnerability, may try to push us down. So we're going to get some help through this week and looking at the other cards to see how they're going to help us with that. So now we're having a look at the unconscious self. Not the subconscious, the unconscious, which is our guidance, which is our soul self. And we have the death card. I'll show you that again, death. That means no energy, low energy. There's not much creative energy available for us to do anything with it. So our guidance are going to feel like they're not there. Maybe that's why we're feeling so anxious, because it's like, I feel alone. We're not alone. It's just that our guidance are helping us stay in a place of repair and rejuvenation. We must go through a metamorphosis once we arrive at a particular place, which is our win, and then it's time for a metamorphosis. So our guidance is showing us that the way is to be still. The death card means that the new door has not opened yet. The old door is shut. It feels like a bit of a limbo, but it's most helpful for us that we're not running off and trying to do something that is just going to be a waste of time and waste of energy to bring us back. Of course, we're going to feel anxious because we're going to think that we've mucked something up, we've stuffed it up. What have I done wrong? Self-sabotage. Be mindful of that. So let's have a look at the subconscious now, the hidden fear or hidden challenge that runs underneath everything. Here we have the Justice card. So for me, the Justice card in this instance, and oftentimes in a reading, represents our values and our boundaries. And if we're struggling with our values and boundaries, we cannot make anything better. We can't build on that win. If we are going to leave ourselves open to other forces or other energy that will ultimately push us down. In other words, we're required to look at where we are vulnerable, where we are feeling a little bit weaker, or that we haven't actually worked out, who am I in this space? Where do I want to be in this space? And so again, that's why this card is in play. If we're not sure about who we are and where we're heading, then we can get trampled over, we will lose our energy, we will give up, all of those things. So of course the death card is in play to give us time to repair that, to explore it, to understand our values and our boundaries. That's telling us that that is our most vulnerable point this week. We want to succeed. The Three of Pentacles is a succeeding card. Where are we vulnerable? And the Nine of Swords is helpful because it's going to highlight where we are most feeling the fear. So let's have a look at our action. How are we going to, what is our helpful action or helpful move forward? The Temperance card, harmony, balance, finding somewhere where we are finding that middle ground to help us feel grounded in who we are. The Temperance card, she moves the water from one cup to another, constantly keeping in balance. 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot grounded in reality, 1 foot grounded in our feelings. So to balance that out. So we must stay still in order to balance ourselves out. We must know what our fears are, what our anxiety is, in order to understand where our boundaries lie. All of these things must be highlighted, and we can't move forward until they're sorted out. Or we can move forward, but unless we strengthen them, which is what the Death card means, gives us time to repair, to strengthen, to explore, because there's no moving forward just yet. Gives us time to build a strong foundation. Now, what's the next card going to be? Our future. What is our possible future as this all plays out? Where are we headed with this? Oh, look, the Fool. New beginnings. Great. The Death card to new beginnings means that we are being prepared for the next phase or the next adventure. In other words, in order to have a fresh start, in order to be able to not even carry on from a place of oh yeah, I've built up this far, now I'm going to go and build it up onto this thing over here. We are being asked to sort out something quite critical in a short space of time, because there's a new chapter opening up. And the only way to do that is to start to feel good about yourself and to start building those boundaries around that and understand where we are vulnerable or feel weak. And the only way, unfortunately, to understand that in ourselves is to feel anxious. And I know that sounds more, but working with our spirit self, our soul self, meditation is really good for that. Getting to know who we are, going within, is the best way to alleviate those anxiety feelings. Know who you are. That's your best boundary. So what is the great bigger picture here? What is the thing that we are part of our journey, our soul self, our karmic journey? What is our life lesson here? Knight of Cups. He is the dreamer, and he is the energy that we need. I'm talking about, it's not just motivation energy, it's actually energy to take a chance and to get out and to do it. The Knights are all about action. Let's go and do this. So it's acting on our dreams. But the Knight of Cups, and this, I want to emphasize this 100 times probably. The Knight of Cups, because he is a dreamer, we can sometimes fool ourselves into thinking, oh, this is where I want to go. And what happens? We get disappointed. So the Knight of Cups is going to work with us so that we can find the dream that actually is our future, that the one that is realistic, the one that we know can work. So instead of running off with a fairy tale, we're going to work towards a dream that we know can take place. Now, it's still a dream. It is still a vision, but it is a vision that is rooted in reality. And all of the cards of the week are setting you up so that you can follow your dream, and it will always be based in reality. Because what there's nothing worse than getting an idea and think, woohoo, racing off with it, thinking that we have all of these things without taking the time to work out who we are in that dream, who we are in that space, and what does it mean like to feel like a winner. The Death card is going to give us the time to metamorphosize, anyway, to be able to transform into that part of who we are. Think of a cocoon, think of a chrysalis, a butterfly emerging. The Death card allows us to cook so that we can emerge as that beautiful butterfly. And the only way to do that, work out what your values are, go within, know who you are. That's the Justice card. And the way to do that is to find peace, find your balance. Find your balance. That is the Temperance card. Work out how you can be able to rock in that world. Anyway, I'm going to leave that with you. Please comment in that. Let me know in the comments how your week goes. Let me know how you feel about it. If you have any questions about the weekly forecast, I'm more than happy to expand on anything that comes up for you. That's it. My name is Dr. Vicki Haspels. I'm the Tarot Coach, and this has been the weekly forecast for week commencing 4th of August 2025. Much love from me. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah. Bye for now.